Hi, my name's Emma. I work in Sycamore class at Shenstone School. This is the first video I've made, so I'm going to trial it and see how it goes. Now, today I'm here to talk to you about washing lines, not in the usual sense of the word. This is a sensory washing line. So I'm going to do a couple of clips. First of all, I'm going to talk to you about the aim of this exercise, and then I'm going to show you a washing line that I've made. So this is a physical activity for children with reduced mobility and physical challenges. They may be in a wheelchair, they may not have the full range of movement, they may not be able to weight bear, etc. So this is a physical activity for them to encourage lots and lots of different things. These include rolling, reaching out, focusing, tracking, fine motor skills, etc. The list goes on. Now, this can be done indoors or outdoors. I have a living room that's the size of a postage stamp, and I've tried to set mine up in here just to show you that this is something you can do with a very small amount of space. If you're more creative and you want to do something on a bigger scale, you can go outside. If you're lucky enough to have access to a garden, you can go outside. All you really require is something to tie the washing line up with, to tie each end to. I've currently sellotaped mine to the door of the living room and to my fireplace, so it doesn't have to be anything major. I've used string. Again, you can use anything, bungee cord, string, all sorts of things. Right, there's lots of ways of adapting the washing line. I'll talk more about that when I show you how I've done my washing line. And I think that's about it for now. Okay, so this is my version of a washing line. So you can see how I've stuck it to the fireplace there, and you can see some of the things I've used. Tinsel is brilliant because it's bright, it shines, it catches the light, etc. Really attractive to look at. If you wanted to turn this into a bit of an art activity, you can see here that I have used handprints. It may be that you wanted to make some handprints if you've got some paint first. I've literally stuck them together with sellotape and tied them up with a piece of string. I've got ribbon, which again is just gift wrap ribbon. I also thought that it would be an opportunity to use active objects. We have lots of fun with balloons in Sycamore class, and here's a balloon pump, which obviously you can use if your child touches it. You can squirt the air at them. Great exercise, we have lots of fun with that. Also more tinsel. I've got a slinky. Lots and lots of children like slinkies. Again, they're just tied or pegged. Often pegs help because they stop things moving. The slinky I've just put on with the first couple of coils. I've also made some flowers here. I happen to have these. We're quite an arty family, so I happen to have them. You can make them from things like gift bags, like this one. It's shiny material. Works brilliantly with a torch. I'll show you some of that later on. I've also got a balloon on the end. Obviously that's quite high up. It may not be that your child can reach that high. Again, we were talking about adaptations previously. Obviously, if your child responds to things like bright colours, it's brilliant for that. It may be that you want to use it for a calming activity. So it may be that you have lots of different flowing material on there, pale colours. It all completely depends on what your child responds to. As you can see, I've got a mat underneath. They can either sit on it or lay on it, whichever is appropriate for your child. Okay, so just to finish off, I wanted to go over more about targets and adaptations to your washing line. So just to recap on the skills that your child might use, gross motor wise, arm movements, turning their head, leg movements if you encourage them to kick the objects on the washing line. Also covers focusing, tracking, and you can even extend to things like choosing objects to be put on the washing line. So give your child a choice of 2 objects, allow them to choose. If you use more active objects, they need to touch what they want to get. So in other words, with the balloon pump, they've got to touch the balloon pump in order for you to take it down and give them a puff of air. It could be that you have a scarf hanging up. If every time they touch the scarf, you take the scarf down, you play a game of peepo with them. But they must touch whatever it is in order to get that. It's also can be combined with more and finished, and as I say, choice making. I think that's about everything. I'm sure there are lots more adaptations you'll think of, particularly if your child's more able physically. Perhaps there's other things you can do. It may be that if you do this in the garden, it could be that they can walk in and out. We often do that with our children in wheelchairs as well. We'll walk in and out or underneath, etc, etc, turn it into a bit of a game. So yeah, there's lots and lots of things you can get out of a washing line. One last thing I wanted to show you, which I forgot in the first couple of videos, is if you do the washing line in the dark, how you can isolate objects and how well they show up. It's not actually overly dark in my room, it's sunny outside, so it's better if you've got darker curtains or you do it later on when it's dark. But just to show you and give you an idea, all you need is a torch, which most people have indoors. So just to show you, this is the kind of thing you can do. The tinsel's really sparkling, and obviously the closer I go, the better that effect. Again, the handprints, you can isolate one item on the row, either the tinsel or the handprints. Works really well, especially for focusing activities.